Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are talking all about foundation, contouring, highlighting, pore hiding, everything that you want to know. I feel like I've definitely had my share of struggles as far as finding the perfect foundation for my skin tone, for my skin texture, the products that I use, primers, everything. So today I'm going to break it down and let you guys know what my favorite foundation is at the moment, what products I like to use to contour, what products I like to use to highlight, and most importantly, what primers I like to use to make my pores appear a lot smaller. If you guys want to know all the chisme about my skin and how I achieve this look, then just keep on watching. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this Sunset Light Primer Serum / Mixing Base. This is by Veil Cosmetics, and this is just going to balance my skin, moisturize it, and it's also going to just make my foundation last a lot longer. Next, I go in with my absolute favorite primer at the moment. This is the Winky Lux Whipped Cream Primer. I did a full review and demo on this primer. It is the coolest primer ever. It is literally like whipped cream. And the best way that I have found that this primer actually works for me and just the whole application in general is by actually using a little silicone sponge, and this one is to die for. It is a silicone sponge by the brand New You Skin, and it's very flexible, which is what I like about it. You can literally just move it around and it'll get right in all the areas where you need to apply foundation, concealer, primer. We're just going to apply that to the areas of concern, which for me is right here. This is where I have big ass oil craters, also known as. And the reason why I feel like this works better than my fingers or a beauty sponge is because it's, you know, it doesn't absorb any product, and it just really applies that layer of primer onto the pores, which will just go on top of it and it'll minimize them immediately. And just like that, my pores look a lot smaller and a lot tighter. My go-to foundation as of lately that I've been loving and that I feel everyone needs is the Frankie Rose Matte Perfection foundation. I have two shades which I am currently mixing. I have Gold and Oatmeal Blend. I actually believe that olive is the perfect shade for me, but I don't have that, so I'm just going to make my own concoction here. And I like to do a pump of each, even though I'm not going to use the entire thing, but just so I know that both products are evenly applied, if that makes sense. I do want to lighten this foundation a tiny bit, so I'm going to go in with the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD foundation. This is just a white foundation, which will make your foundation lighter if you need to. This foundation will give you a full coverage application, and it's very matte, like super matte. So if you suffer from super oily skin like me, I think you're really going to like this foundation. So now for my concealer, you guys know that I gotta bring this. I can't play it. I have to use my Tarte concealer. I'm really close to running out, which scares me because I feel like it's still sold out. I use the shade medium, and this will just give you full coverage. If you suffer from dark circles, I recommend for you to use either a peach or an orange shade underneath, and then go in with your concealer, because this is just going to help reduce the appearance of dark circles. And again, I'm going to take my sponge just to blend it out a little bit, because sometimes I use too much product, like always. What I like to use the sponge for as well is to clean up the sharpness, or to sharpen up my eyeliner. I will just take it to the edge right here and then blend it downwards, and my concealer will help me just clean up the eyeliner if I need to. Now I usually like to bake underneath my eyes because I am oily, so I like to bring it to the sides of my nose. I'm going to take a little bit of the Airspun powder, and we're just going to bake underneath the eyes. I didn't apply as much powder underneath my eyes because this foundation has such a matte finish that I don't ever feel like I need to set it or apply extra powder on the skin, because it's just really matte. So I'm going to skip the whole setting my face today because again, I don't need it with this specific foundation. So now we're gonna move on to my favorite part, which is contouring. I love contouring because I do have a very round moon shape face. So I like to hollow out my cheekbones so it can appear to be a little bit more on the slimmer side, and it just adds dimension to your face. I'm going to use the products that I have been using again as of lately, and this is the Pixie Beauty and Miriam Maquillaje palette. I'm going to use first this shade, which is more of a cool tone shade. This is going to mimic the appearance of shadows, which will hollow out again your cheekbones and just make them look a little bit slimmer, if you know what I mean. Now I'm going to take this shade right here and I'm going to pick that up with that same brush. And I'm going to go over my contour because I don't want a straight line just on my face because that's definitely going to look a little overdone. Now I'm going to switch palettes. Now this is the Strobe and Bronze, Glow and Bronze palette, again by Miriam Maquillaje. The other one is the Contour palette. And I'm going to take this shade right here, which I believe it's called Highline. Yeah, it's Highline, and this has more warm orangey undertones. So this is what I like to use to just give my skin an overall bronzy appearance. I'm going to use this brush by Alter Beauty. It's this huge brush, which I love because it just kind of gets all over my big old forehead. And I'm going to take that everywhere where the sun will naturally kiss your skin. And this will also make my forehead not look so big because I have a huge forehead. I'm gonna switch back to this, and I'm gonna take that cool tone shade and I'm just going to go into my jaw because I really want to define it, and I definitely want to hide this double chin right here. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this one looks a little bit more chiseled and defined versus this turkey neck. I'm gonna go in with blush, and I cannot get away from this blush. I love it. It's definitely my holy grail, all-time favorite. I cannot live without this blush. It is the Jordana blush in Terracotta. Super affordable and such a gorgeous color. If you are my skin tone or even darker, this is going to look so pretty on you. I'm just going to take this Real Techniques wannabe brush and I'm just going to apply that to the apples of my cheeks. I like to start at the apples of my cheeks and then work my way back because I definitely want the intensity to be right here. And I know it looks super intense, but I will go back and blend everything. Anyway. I'm quickly going to go in and snatch this. Now you guys know that I love my contour. I love this blush. It is by NYX in the shade Taupe. It is a cool toned blush, but I use it as a contour. So I'm just going to use that and these two brushes to snatch this nose real quick. At the tip of my nose, I like to make a circle, just like this, because this will give the appearance of the nose being a little bit more perky and lifted. And then I just bring it underneath the nose and kind of make just a circle. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah. So once the nose is contoured, I am going to go in and highlight. Today I'm going to use the obvious, the Anastasia X Nicole Guerrero palettes. I've heard so many things going on about this palette, and let me say that if you love an intense glow, you definitely want to pick this up. It does have glitter, I'm not gonna lie, but it doesn't really bother me, and I don't feel like you have glitter just sitting on your cheekbones. So with that said, I'm gonna grab a Glow Getter and 143. These are my favorite shades. Oh yes, she wasn't ready. Now we are going to set everything in place. I am using the good old Milani Make It Last setting spray. Love this stuff, so bomb, makes my makeup last like all day long. Now for lips, I recently picked this Sephora liquid lipstick or cream lip stain. This is in the shade number 39. I don't know the name, and I have been dying to try this, so I'm gonna apply this to my lips. Hey chicas, and there you have it. That is my current foundation, contour, nose contour, highlights, how I cover up my freaking pores routine. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am about to go eat pizza, have a nice cold beer, and call it a day. So I hope you guys again enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and also leave me a comment down below and let me know what your favorite foundation is. If you're oily, if you're dry, if you're combo, mix, whatever. Let me know what your favorite foundation is, because I am always on the hunt for a new foundation. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you chicas in my next video. Bye.